Have you ever wondered who the world's biggest superstar is? Well, if you haven't, then here's what Google shows you on pressing the search button. The greatest of all time? Mr. Shahrukh Khan. And honestly, he's the last superstar that the world will ever have, because anybody who came after him is just a celebrity. This is a story of how a middle-class boy from Delhi went on to become the world's biggest superstar. And if you want to know more about SRK's entire life journey, then watch this video right till the end.
The world's biggest movie stars has come to Melbourne and unleashed a fan frenzy.
Forbes have called him one of the biggest movie stars in the world, and Newsweek have named him among 50 of the world's most powerful people.
Shahrukh Khan.
Giant movie star.
The world's biggest movie star with almost 70 blockbusters to his credit.
Let's take a look at his early life. SRK was born on 2nd November 1965 in New Delhi to Latif Fatima and Mir Taj Muhammad Khan, who was an Indian independence activist. He grew up in Rajendra Nagar neighborhood of New Delhi. His father owned a restaurant and the family lived a middle-class life in rented apartments. He went to St. Columba School in central Delhi, where he was equally good at studies and in sports like hockey and football. SRK wanted to have a career in sports, but however, because of a shoulder injury, he could no longer play sports. In his youth, he also acted in stage plays and received praises for his imitations of Bollywood actors like Dilip Kumar and Amitabh Bachchan. After completing his school, SRK earned his bachelor's degree in economics from Hansraj College in New Delhi. But he spent much of his time performing in theatre plays at Delhi's Theatre Action Group, where he studied acting under the coaching of theatre director Barry John. After his graduation, SRK began studying for his master's degree in mass communication at Jamia Millia College in Delhi. But he midway left his post-graduation degree to pursue his career in acting. Now let's take a look at his acting career, which began in television. He was supposed to make his TV debut with Lake Tandon's television serial Dil Darya, which began its shooting in 1988. But because of some production delays, instead of Dil Darya, the 1989 series Fauji became his television debut, in which he played a role of Army Cadet Abhimanyu Rai.
तुम कौन हो? मैं लेफ्टिनेंट अभिमन्यु राय, लेकिन तुम मुझे अभी कह सकती हो। वैसे सब करीब वाले मुझे अभी ही कहते हैं।
Back then, Indian TV shows had fewer episodes. They did not go on and on and on like TV shows we have today. After Fauji ended, SRK's actual first TV show, Dil Darya, which was stuck in production delays, was finally aired on TV. Next year, in 1989, SRK appeared in lot many projects which included TV shows like Umeed, Wagle Ki Duniya, Circus and Dusra Keval. The same year, he also appeared in television films like Mahan Karz and also in another Indian English language television film called In Which Annie Gives It Those Ones. After being a part of all these projects, by this time he had somewhat become popular amongst a very small group of population. But film and TV critics back then had taken a note of his acting talent, and some critics also compared his look and acting style with the legendary film actor Dilip Kumar. The next thing that I'm going to tell you might completely surprise you. Shahrukh Khan had decided that he did not want to be part of films because he thought that he was not good enough to be in films.
वो फौजी सीरियल आया, वो पॉपुलर हो गया, people like me in that. तो उसके बाद फिल्म ऑफर्स आई, मगर मैं फिल्मों में इंटरेस्टेड था ही नहीं बिल्कुल, तो मैंने करना ही नहीं चाहा उसको. तब मैं अपना MA भी कर रहा था मास कम्युनिकेशंस के अंदर, तो फिल्मों में इंटरेस्टेड बिल्कुल नहीं था.
Imagine if SRK had stick to his decision of not wanting to do films. Then today we would have not had the greatest superstar of all time, Mr. Shahrukh Khan. But then what exactly made SRK change his decision?
4-5 साल तो उसी सदमे में निकल गए कि फादर की डेथ हो गई, और जब तक हम उससे बाहर निकलने वाले थे, हमारी जो माँ थी बिल्कुल हेल्दी थी, बट सडनली एक दिन रात को उनको ऐसा कुछ दर्द हुआ पैर में, और गए, उन्होंने कहा डायबिटीज है, और देखते देखते 1.5 महीने में उनकी भी डेथ हो गई.
After his mother passed away, SRK changed his decision to not act in films and shifted to Mumbai from Delhi, just to divert his mind from his mother's passing away. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, a star was born.
The most popular movie film star in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shahrukh Khan.
Owing to his small popularity from his TV shows, in 1991 he was quickly signed for 4 film projects. The first film that he signed and shot for was Dil Aashna Hai, opposite late actress Divya Bharti, which was produced and directed by actress Hema Malini. But despite the film shooting being completed, it went into production delays, and thus Deewana became Shah Rukh Khan's debut movie in 1992. Deewana starred Rishi Kapoor and Divya Bharti in lead roles, while SRK appeared as a second lead. Upon its release on 25th June 1992, Deewana became a massive critical and commercial success, and SRK won Best Male Debut Award, thus launching his glorious film career.
The first time I got a medal in school, which was in 3rd class, I came running home to show it to my mother. I was very excited. It was very sad, she wasn't there. The first time I'm getting an award, a major award in the film industry, and she's still not here. So this one goes out to her. This one's for you, Mom. Thank you very much.
Followed by the success of Deewana, in the same year, SRK starred in his first leading role in a film called Chamatkar, followed by Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman. His actual first film, Dil Ashna Hai, also released in the same year after production delays. All these films were both critically and commercially successful, and SRK played likable and positive characters in all these films. In 1993, he did the exact opposite by playing anti-hero and negative characters in films like Maya Mem Saab, Bazigar and Dar, just with the exception of King Uncle. Bazigar and Dar became massive hits at the box office. The songs of both these films were chartbusters. Bazigar was the first film together of the iconic pair of SRK and Kajol, while Dar was the first collaboration between SRK and Mr. Yash Chopra's Yash Raj films. SRK was heavily praised for this bold move because he had clearly risked his entire career by playing a negative character in both these films, because the audience back then always wanted to see their favorite actors portraying only and only positive characters. But surprisingly for both Bazigar and Dar, he received more love and appreciation from the audience. In 1994, SRK starred in the comedy film Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na and later said that the character that he played in this film was his favorite role. In the same year, he appeared in another negative role in a movie called Anjam, co-starring Madhuri Dixit. Anjam was their first film together, for which SRK won Filmfare Critics' Choice Award for Best Performance in Negative Role, and by this time, SRK was being called the new face of the industry. In 1995, SRK starred in whopping 7 films. His first release for the year was Rakesh Roshan's dramatic thriller Karan Arjun. The film became a huge hit upon its release, and it was for the very first time where SRK and Salman Khan shared screen space together. Even in today's modern pop culture in India, friends or brothers sharing unbreakable bond with each other are referred to as Karan Arjun. In the same year, SRK had 6 more releases, out of which 5 films, Zamana Deewana, Guddu, Oh Darling Ye Hai India, Ram Jaane, were either flops or moderately successful at the box office. But remaining one film proved to be a massive game changer, not only just for SRK but for the entire Indian pop culture. The film became so iconic. It still plays in a theatre in India even today. And this film was none other than Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, which is popularly abbreviated as DDLJ in the global entertainment industry. The film was partially shot in Switzerland, and after its release, even the tourism department of Switzerland released a report saying that Switzerland had started experiencing a massive influx of tourism in their country because of this film. The audience loved the iconic pairing of SRK and Kajol. The songs of this film was so iconic that parents of almost all Gen Zs today had DDLJ songs played in their weddings. The funny part is that SRK was not that interested initially to do this film, as he didn't want to play a romantic hero. But ironically, this film established him as the king of romance of Indian cinema. DDLJ was also directorial debut for Aditya Chopra. After humongous success of DDLJ, 1995 ended for SRK on a very high note. But year 1996 turned out to be exactly opposite of the previous year. All his films like English Babu, Desi Mem, Chahat, Army and Dushman Duniya Ka badly flopped at the box office. In 1997, SRK had 4 releases, out of which only Koila flopped at the box office despite having popular songs, while other 3 films, Yes Boss, Pardes and Dil To Pagal Hai, became huge hits not just in India, but surprisingly even in the United States, as some of these films were primarily based on the lives of NRI diaspora, and thus began an era in Bollywood where majority of the films were being made to cater towards the NRI diaspora around the world. His first film for that year was Duplicate, which also starred Juhi Chawla and Sonali Bendre. It was his first film with Karan Johar's Dharma Productions, which was then run by his father, Yash Johar. Duplicate was a moderate success at the box office. His next film, Dil Se, was also a moderate success at the box office. Dil Se was more like an art house film, which was appreciated by the critics, but not very well received by the audience. Even SRK's flop or average movies had great songs, which made even those flop films memorable. His final release for 1998 was Karan Johar's directorial debut movie, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, which also starred Kajol and Rani Mukherjee in her debut movie. The year ended with a bang for SRK, as Kuch Kuch Hota Hai had become a huge hit at the box office. In 1999, SRK's only film that released was Badshah. Although SRK's character and the songs of this film were very popular, but the film commercially underperformed at the box office. In 2000, SRK became a producer. He and Juhi Chawla jointly produced Fir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani under their jointly owned production company called Dreams Unlimited, which is now known as Red Chillies Entertainment, of which SRK is the sole owner. Fir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani sadly flopped at the box office because at the same time Hrithik Roshan's debut movie Kaho Na Pyare had become a rage in the country. Did you know that also in the same year SRK made his Tamil debut by playing a supporting part in Kamal Hassan's art house film called Hey Ram? The film got widespread critical acclaim. This was followed with films like Josh and Mohabbatein, both alongside Aishwarya Rai. Both these films were declared super hits upon their release. In 2001, 2 out of 3 releases of SRK, namely 1 Tuka 4 and Ahsoka, flopped at the box office. But his next movie again proved to be a game changer for his career. And this film is Karan Johar's Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, which is famously abbreviated to K3G. This was the film that pandered to the NRA audience as well as to the elite and common masses of India. The film became a huge blockbuster worldwide and became a huge part of the modern Indian pop culture. The roles in this phase of his career and the series of romantic comedies and family dramas that followed earned SRK widespread love and appreciation from the audience, and according to author Anupama Chopra, established him as an icon of romance in India. He continued to have frequent collaborations with Yash Chopra, Aditya Chopra and Karan Johar, who molded his image and made him into a superstar, and SRK thus became a romantic leading man of Indian cinema. Sorry to interrupt, but just one small request. If you all like this video till now, then please subscribe to this channel. And also, when you like and comment on this video, YouTube might just recommend this video to more and more people. So do like and subscribe. In 2002, Hum Tumhare Hai Sanam starring SRK, Salman and Madhuri flopped at the box office. In his next film Shakti, SRK had an extended cameo. In the same year, he also starred in Devdas along with Aishwarya Rai and Madhuri Dixit. Devdas was also his first and only collaboration with Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Devdas premiered at 2002 Cannes Film Festival on 23rd March 2002, and upon its release worldwide, Devdas became a huge critical and commercial blockbuster. Devdas was also nominated for the BAFTA Award for Best Film in Non-English Language category. In 2003, SRK starred in Chalte Chalte alongside Rani Mukherjee. This was the last film to be produced under Dreams Unlimited. Chalte Chalte was both critically and commercially successful. His next film in 2003 was Kal Ho Na Ho. Kal Ho Na Ho again became a huge success in India and an even bigger success in the international markets. This movie had a huge emotional impact on the audience. 2004 was critically and commercially successful year for SRK. He transformed Dreams Unlimited into Red Chillies Entertainment, adding his wife Gauri as the producer. In the company's first production, he starred in Farah Khan's directorial debut movie Main Hoon Na. Later, he starred in Yash Chopra's Veer Zara alongside Preeti Zinta, Rani Mukherjee and Amitabh Bachchan. Veer Zara became both critically and commercially successful. It was also screened at the Berlin International Film Festival. SRK's final release for 2004 was Swades. Swades became the first Indian film to be shot inside NASA's research center at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Swades was highly appreciated by the critics. In 2005, SRK's only release was Amol Palekar's Paheli. The film was a moderate success both critically and commercially. SRK's first release in 2006 was Karan Johar's Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna. Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna received mild response at the Indian box office as the film glorified extramarital affairs, while internationally the film was successful. His final release for 2006 was Farhan Akhtar's Dawn. Dawn was a remake of Amitabh Bachchan's Dawn from 1978. Dawn was also the first film collaboration between SRK and Priyanka Chopra, and upon its release, Dawn proved to be a major commercial success. In 2007, SRK starred in 2 films, namely Chak De India and Om Shanti Om. Both these films were massively successful at the box office. Also, Om Shanti Om was Hindi debut movie of actress Deepika Padukone. In 2008, Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi was SRK's only release for the year. This film was also Anushka Sharma's debut movie in Bollywood. Despite having a senseless story, Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi was a massive commercial success. By this time, SRK's craze and stardom had grown to a level where, despite some of his films having mediocre plots, they still became a huge blockbusters at the box office. In 2009, SRK did not have any major releases. He had an extended cameo in the Irfan Khan starrer Billu. 2010, SRK starred in Karan Johar's My Name is Khan alongside Kajol. In this film, he played a role of person with mild Asperger's syndrome who sets out on a journey across America to meet the country's president. It was for the very first time that the actor-director duo had done a film like this, which was very different than their usual romantic films. Upon release, the film was both critically and commercially successful. In 2011, SRK had 2 releases, Ravan and Dawn 2. For its time, Ravan was one of the first Indian films which was extensively VFX heavy. The film's VFX rendered by SRK's Red Chillies VFX were way ahead of their time for any Indian film. Although the film had a unique plot, upon its release, the film received mixed response from both critics and the audience. SRK's next release in 2011 was Dawn 2. Dawn 2 was a commercially hit film in India, but more so in the international markets. In 2011, there were also news reports of SRK making his Hollywood debut. SRK actually came close to making a major Hollywood debut with a planned film titled Extreme City. The film would have been produced by Martin Scorsese and directed by his old collaborator Paul Schrader, who is best known for writing Taxi Driver. It would have featured SRK as a Don and Leonardo DiCaprio as a cop. SRK had a meeting with the team of this film in Berlin while shooting for Dawn 2, but sadly, the film never materialized. In 2012, SRK's only release was Yash Chopra's last film Jab Tak Hai Jaan. This was his first film collaboration with actress Katrina Kaif and second film collaboration with Anushka Sharma. Director Yash Chopra passed away just days prior to the film's release. Upon its release, Jab Tak Hai Jaan received mixed reactions from both critics and the audience, but it still became a hit at the box office. From 2013 onwards, SRK started experimenting by doing comedy films. In 2013, he did Chennai Express, which in a really long time was his first out-and-out comedy film. And it was also his first film with Rohit Shetty and second film with Deepika Padukone. Chennai Express did exceptionally well at the box office and had a record-breaking collection at the time of its release. Before the film release, SRK released a new convention where the name of his female co-star would appear before his own name in the film's credits. He claimed that the women in his life, including his co-stars, have been the reason for his success. In 2014 released Happy New Year, directed by Farah Khan. This again was SRK's second comedy film in a row after Chennai Express. This was his third collaboration with both Deepika Padukone and Farah Khan. The film was very silly, but it was a major commercial success. In 2015, SRK did his third comedy drama film called Dilwale, directed by Rohit Shetty. The film marked Kajol's comeback after her last film My Name is Khan, which released in 2010. Dilwale released the same day as Bajirao Mastani. Dilwale received mixed reactions from both critics and the audience and was moderately successful at the box office. In 2016, SRK returned back to thriller genre with a film called Fan. Though the plot of this film was very new and fresh, the film sadly flopped at the box office. His next release in the same year was Dear Zindagi, in which he played a supporting part of a therapist. He was well appreciated for playing a supporting character to a relatively new actress Alia Bhatt at the time of the film's release. In 2017, SRK starred in Raees alongside Nawazuddin Siddiqui for the very first time. Upon its release, Raees did an average performance at the box office. His next film in 2017 was Jab Harry Met Sejal, which was his first ever film with Imtiaz Ali. Jab Harry Met Sejal received negative reviews from critics and eventually flopped at the box office. In 2018, SRK produced and starred in a larger-than-life sci-fi film called Zero. In this film, he played a dwarf for the very first time. Zero was a very VFX-heavy film, which had visual effects at par with the global VFX standards. It was a technically advanced film, and its VFX were rendered by SRK's Red Chillies VFX. There was a huge hype around the film at the time of its release, but unfortunately, the film flopped at the box office. The film was criticized for its all-over-the-place storyline, a wandering screenplay, and for Anushka Sharma's performance of a scientist with cerebral palsy. On a budget of 200 crores, the film earned 190 crores globally, thus becoming a box office failure. SRK's back-to-back flop films from the past 3 years made him reconsider his script choices, and hence he decided to take a break from acting until he found his next best script. His break from films extended to 4 years, which was also partially because of the COVID-19 lockdown. The audiences were impatient to know about his upcoming films, and since 2020 there were also rumors of his next film floating around the internet, but nothing as of February 2022 was officially confirmed. On 2nd March 2022, Yash Raj Films officially announced Pathan to be SRK's comeback film after a gap of 4 years, and instantly the internet went into a complete frenzy. Even his break of 4 years did not reduce his popularity, and later when teaser, trailer and songs of Pathan were released, the audiences were just not able to hold their excitement for the film. Also, there were no any major promotions done for the film except the Burj Khalifa event, which did not overexpose SRK in front of the audience, which in turn kept the longing for him to see on big screen alive. And finally, when Pathan released on 25th Jan, this is what happened across the country. People unanimously loved the film. On heavy public demand, new screens showing Pathan are being constantly added to the current number of screens. Even after being away from the cinema screens from the past 4 years, his stardom just keeps growing. Pathan globally earned 106 crores just on day one, which is highest for any Hindi film till date. And now with this film as well, SRK and Deepika haven't given a single flop together. Pathan is on the way to become an all-time blockbuster. SRK is truly back with a bang. SRK's upcoming film releases include at least Jawan, which is most likely to release in 2023. He will also appear as Pathan in Salman Khan's Tiger 3, which is also a part of YRF's spy universe. In 2024, SRK will lead Rajkumar Hirani's film Donkey alongside Taapsee Pannu. Now let's take a look at his other ventures apart from films. Apart from being the biggest superstar in the world, SRK jointly owns a cricket team with Juhi Chawla and Jay Mehta called the Kolkata Knight Riders, and also has a stake in the Caribbean Premier League's team called the Tribango Knight Riders. Recently, SRK was also been named as the 4th richest actor in the world with an approx net worth of $770 million. Now let's get to know more about his family. SRK is married to Gauri Khan, who is a designer and is also co-producer of all his films along with him. They have 3 kids, Aryan, Suhana and Abram. Aryan is likely to make his directorial debut with SRK's Red Chillies Entertainment, while Suhana is making her acting debut with a film called The Archies, while Abram goes to school in Mumbai. Now let's understand why he's been called the world's biggest superstar. SRK's birthday is literally like a festival for his fans. On his every birthday, he personally meets a sea of his fans outside his house named Mannat. In a glorious career spanning for 30 years, according to a popularity survey, 3.2 billion people around the world know Shahrukh Khan, more than the people who know Tom Cruise. He has endorsed big brands like Pepsi, Hyundai, Nokia, Tagore. His fans lovingly call him King Khan. SRK was awarded the Padma Shri Award by the Government of India in 2005. The Government of France has awarded him with Order of Arts and Letters Award in 2007. And the Government of France has also awarded him with the 5th degree of French Legion of Honor, the Knight Legion of Honor Award in 2014. SRK undoubtedly is the biggest and the last superstar of this world because they don't make icons like him anymore. SRK's films filled us Indians with patriotism, love for motherland and respect for our country. He's the pride of our country, India. And like the elders in my family say, there has been no one like him, nor will there be anybody like him. Just like this video, if you want to know about the entire film journey of SS Rajamouli and Rishabh Shetty, then please click here. And if you have any suggestions for my next video, then please let me know in the comment section down below. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel.